What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. This is the Sunday live edition of Urban Platform Speaks. And what I'm gonna do today is basically I'm gonna be talking about these playoffs, man. And I think I have a few other topics that I want to talk about. Uh, uh, yeah, I got a couple other topics that I want to talk about. But before I do that, what I also want to do is I want to tell y'all about something new that I'm getting ready to do with this podcast, right? I'm about to have a sports trivia show. And so with this sports trivia show, let me take this out of here. This subscribe out. With the sports trivia show, what I'm doing is every night, probably most likely around 6 or 7 p.m., I'm gonna have a sports trivia show, right? And so what that's going to be is you can uh you can tune in, and hopefully I'll have two people like competing against each other in this tic-tac-toe, right? So what's going to happen is you'll answer the trivia questions. The correct answer gets, wins the box. Either you're going to be the X or the O, like what you see behind me. And the first person to win or to get three questions right will win, the cash and prizes that I have set up for that evening. So that is going to start tomorrow, which is the 20th, April the 20th, 420, and that'll start tomorrow, right? And that's what we're going to do. Just something different, just a little something to have make it a little fun. All right, so my fault, right? I'm just checking the volume. So you see behind me, like I said, that is the that's like I'm in game show mode right now, right? And so, with that being said, just keep in mind to tune in weekdays at 6 p.m. That's when I'm going to be doing my live trivia show. Let me put the flyer up again. That's the sports trivia show. That's weekdays at 6 p.m. You know, and if you want to test your sports knowledge, this is the place you want to be, right? And so now, with that being said, man, I want to get into these NBA playoffs, man. It's some good games out there. Um, and the Lakers looked good yesterday. The Lakers played who they played. They played the Rockets, right? And so I have a few things to say about the Lakers and the Rockets. LeBron played good, right? And so what's this? What was the final score? The final score to the Lakers and the Rockets yesterday was 107 to 98. Now, with the thing about that game yesterday, LeBron got off to a good start. LeBron was getting everybody involved, um, you know, and that's good. Houston to me seemed like they were kind of out of sync, out of out of rhythm. Didn't really know what like you couldn't really tell what Houston's game plan was yesterday. If they were going to run through Shangoon, if they were going to run their offense through Amin Thomas, it wasn't, it didn't really seem like Houston had a game plan for the Lakers yesterday. I thought that what Houston game plan should have been yesterday for the Lakers is to make LeBron James a scorer. Don't allow him to get everybody involved. You know, just stay home on everybody and just make LeBron James a score. Make LeBron James shoot over the top of the defense. But they didn't do that. They allowed LeBron James to dictate what he wanted to do, and so that's what led them to lose that game. Now, I don't know why Kevin Durant wasn't playing, right? I don't know, and I don't know if he's going to be back the next game or anytime in this series. I don't know what's going on with Kevin Durant. And so when I didn't see Kevin Durant playing, that kind of led me to the point of last year in the playoffs, the Rockets had Jalen, what was his name? Jalen Green, right? So they had Jalen Green last year in the playoffs, and Jalen Green struggled last year in the playoffs. That's why, the Rockets moved on from Jalen Green and they brought in Kevin Durant. Now this year in the playoffs, they don't have they don't have Kevin Durant. And last year, what I thought about Jalen Green struggling in the playoffs, I didn't agree with the Rockets getting rid of Jalen Green last year. I thought that you got a young player. This was his first time in the playoffs. I thought they should have allowed Jalen Green to play through whatever his issues were, in the playoffs. And they didn't do that. They moved off of him. I mean, granted, he had a horrible playoff series last season, right? When Houston made it. And Houston still looked good, even though Jalen Green was struggling. So I said, all right, if the Rockets are looking, they still look good, and they got a young team. I didn't think that the Rockets should really mess with that. Now you have Jalen Green playing, and and he's looking good. The last couple games, he looked good. He looked in that elimination game when they eliminated the Golden State Warriors, right? Jalen Green scored like 30 something points. And I know that they're getting ready to go up against who they getting ready to play? They get ready to play OKC. Now, OKC play tough defense, but I think Jalen Green is going to be okay. And by Jalen Green being a younger player, I think the Rockets would have held on to Jalen Green. I think it would have paid off for them in the long run. With Kevin Durant not playing right now, and then Kevin Durant, so you got to win with Kevin Durant now. You don't have a future with Kevin Durant. And that was a big gamble, in my opinion, to take Kevin Durant and get rid of Jalen Green, who was a young player. And I would have just rolled this thing out with him. So let's see in the playoffs, though, what happens with Kevin Durant with the Rockets, and then what happens with Jalen Green and the Phoenix Suns. Did I say the Spurs? He with the Suns, right? And so let's see what happens with that. But if it was up to me and I was Houston, I would not have even brought Kevin Durant in. But with that being said, they are down 0-1 to the Lakers. And I want to see, what is going to be the game plan next game as far as the Rockets are concerned. Like, what are they going to do with LeBron James in order to slow him up or to limit him, right? That's what I want to see. Now, another game that was on yesterday was the Raptors and the Cavaliers. Now, with let me see, the final score for that was 126-113, right? Now, I didn't, that's not a surprise that you see the Cavaliers beat the Raptors. That wasn't a surprise to me. So, I'm looking forward to Donovan Mitchell and James Harden advancing in that series, right? So I think that's going to be, that's Cleveland all the way. Now, when you get down to the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, the Nuggets, it's going to be tough for the Timberwolves to get past the Nuggets, man, because they right now they're healthy. They got Jamal Murray, they got Gordon, and they got the Joker, right? So it's going to be hard for to beat that three-headed monster. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Nuggets advance in that series. Then the other game that was played yesterday was the Hawks and the Knicks, right? The Hawks, to me, I think they're a young team. The Knicks should handle them, pretty easy. This round, I'm thinking that the Knicks, as far as the Knicks, I think the Knicks will do all right in this round. But I'm thinking the next round, as they get deeper into the playoffs and they face tougher and tougher competition, then you'll see what the Knicks are really made of as far as, advancing and coming out of the East, right? Let me see. We got a couple games coming on today. We got the Sixers and the Celtics. I like the Celtics, in that. Then you got the Thunder going up against today. Let me see. They're going up against the Suns. I like the Thunder, but again, I want to see how Jalen Green develops and how he comes along in this playoffs. Like if it's not even really about Jalen Green winning in these playoffs, it's about him like gaining more confidence and becoming more comfortable with with being in these type of games in high stakes, right? Let me see. And so what else I had on the docket today is I wanted to talk about success and the price of success when it comes to elite players, right? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is lately I have been doing videos on Isaiah Thomas and how Isaiah Thomas every time he do a video, it has to be about like knocking Michael Jordan and down at Michael Jordan. And my thing is some of the elite athletes from the past don't seem like they were like they're happy now that they're retired, right? Not just Isaiah Thomas, but it just seemed like Michael Jordan always he seemed like he wasn't happy. Seemed like Michael Jordan was like he was bitter about some of the experiences that he had. And I think success, and the reason why I'm talking about this, I just think that success at that level with elite basketball players, I just think that it takes a toll on you. It takes a toll on your family. It takes a toll on your friends because you sacrifice so much and you put so much into being successful as an athlete that it wears on you and it hardens you as a person. And that's what I'm seeing right now with Isaiah Thomas. I just see Isaiah Thomas as somebody who's not really happy as a even after retirement. I just don't see it in Isaiah. I don't see that him being happy. And so, even with and not just Isaiah Thomas or Michael Jordan, like some of the guys who were not superstars, so to speak, it seemed like it had a little bit of a toll, but guys like that, it just seemed like it just wore on those guys and they were not really successful and or not really happy even after playing basketball, right? So I was hoping to have my co-host on here today so we could talk about it, but that's one of the things I wanted to cover with them. Also, I wanted to cover the Steph Curry era, right? In my opinion, this era has been Steph Curry's era. Uh, when you look at even when you look into the playoffs, like all right, so you do have LeBron James playing in the playoffs, but you got Kevin Durant who is out for injury. I don't know what the injury is, but he's out. LeBron James, I just think that this era, in my opinion, this era was the Steph Curry era. And Steph Curry, he had 4 championship rings. LeBron James, how many LeBron James? I think LeBron James has 4, but I'm going to give the edge to Steph Curry. And the reason I'm giving the edge to Steph Curry is because Steph Curry, in my opinion, did it the right way. He did it with one team, one organization. He persevered. He navigated the ups and the downs and everything that comes with being a franchise ball player. He stuck with that one organization and he rode it out. And so that's why I just think, in my opinion, that this is the Steph Curry era. So that was another thing I was hoping to be able to discuss this episode with my co-host. These guys, everybody had something else to get into, so they couldn't make it today. But let me talk about these games real quick. The games coming on today before I get out of here. Um, so today you got the Trailblazers and the Spurs. Of course I'm going with the Spurs. The only question about this series right here, the Trailblazers and the Spurs, is will they sweep it? Will they sweep them or not? I think the Trailblazers be able to win one. Then you got the Magic and the Pistons, right? That's coming on today, later on this evening. Will the And again, with this series right there, I'm not sure if Cade Cunningham is back or not, right? But if he is, I think that the Magic will get. I think they're going to get swept. If Cade Cunningham is back and he's at 100%, I just think they're going to get swept. So that's all I got for today, man. I'm like I said, keep in mind now what like I said that starting Monday the 20th, I'm going to be doing a sports trivia show. And I'm be giving away cash and prizes starting at 6 p.m. You have to answer the you have to answer three, what is it, trivia questions in order to get tic-tac-toe. And then once you get the tic-tac-toe, you beat me, or I might have you playing and somebody else, an opponent, and you can win cash and prizes. So keep in mind, weekdays, or yeah, well, every day, mostly every day, more likely every day, 7 days a week, I'm gonna start doing this with you can win cash and prizes. So keep that in mind. 6 p.m. every day, we're gonna give away cash and prizes. So with that being said, man, I'm getting ready to check out of here for the day. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. to win cash and prizes. And I'll check you all out then. Peace.